Welcome back. Now to the northeast, where Cleveland Fire Brigade is the statutory fire and rescue service covering the boroughs of Hartlepool, Middlesbrough, Redcar and Cleveland and Stockton-on-Tees.
Yeah, the latest figures show there were more than 2,200 deliberate fires across the Brigade area in the first 6 months of this year, costing the local economy nearly £13 million.
Our North East of England reporter Rachel Sweeney can tell us more about it, as she's at one of the fire stations affected by this. Rachel, I know earlier you're disappointed to not be able to do your Bridget Jones fireman pole stunt. Have they let you have a go on it yet?
Alex, keep an eye on my Twitter feed, because I have indeed had a go on the Bridget fireball. Now, with me here, I've just been listening to you talking about James Bond. This is our very own James Bond up here in the North East. This is Stephen Johnson from Cleveland Fire Brigade. Now, we're at Stockton Fire Station, where Steve is going to tell us more about this community grant scheme that they're doing. At the moment, firefighters are facing 85% of the fires that they're called out to are deliberate. And in a way, they're trying to track down on that. And an idea that they've had is to open that up to the community. Tell us more about the community grant scheme.
Thanks very much for that, Bridget. And a warm welcome to all the viewers. In Cleveland, we're trying to think outside the box. We've created what's called an innovation fund and set aside £15,000 a year for the next 3 years. Now, the idea about that is to put into the communities the offer to come back to us with some suggestions, empowering the local communities to come up with ideas to reduce the number of deliberate fires in their area.
So if I'm a community project and I have an idea of how to stop deliberate fires or stop the opportunity for arsonists to take advantage of free space, then I would come forward, and what would happen?
What we're looking for is those community groups to think outside the box. As you mentioned earlier on, we have got a large problem with deliberate fires in Cleveland. Cleveland also has a big problem with crime. Antisocial behaviour and crime are linked. We know that, we recognise that, and we're trying to get people, community groups or individuals, to think about thinking outside the box, coming up with some innovative ideas to reduce those fires, either by diverting the children and youths and adults away from fire setting, or to get them involved in a community group that can come up with other ideas, so it's got a multiplier effect to reduce those deliberate fires. What we're in essence trying to do is keep the money in our local communities. Those deliberate fires, last year we had 3,200 total deliberate fires. And of those 3,200, 88% of those were small deliberate fires. Now, those small deliberate fires have got a massive impact on local communities to the detriment of round about £13 million. That's £13 million that can be better spent on local services and facilities in our local areas. So the question that you were asking, we want people and community groups to come forward, ideas, thinking outside the box on how to reduce those deliberate fires and take some pride in their local areas.
That 13 million is quite an astonishing figure. Now, the firefighters here, it must have an impact on morale when you're responding to 85% of your call-outs being deliberately targeted.
We pride ourselves of being one of the best performing brigades in the country. Our firefighters are there to respond to incidents and fires and put them out and rescue people, as we are for collisions involving vehicles, as we are for small fires and any other emergency that we're called out to assist at. It is a service that we pride ourselves in, as I say. However, we do have a massive focus and drive to prevent those incidents from occurring in the first place. The background that supports that local grant initiative, the Small Grants Fund, we would much rather see communities being empowered, getting involved, reducing the fires in their area, rather than being sat in accident and emergency for best part of a day, and then following up for their children's burns, operations that would stem from any small fire for the next 6 months to a year. So the messages that we're trying to get out is, give the community the empowerment. Yeah, we're going to provide the money for the next 3 years. We've set aside that fund. We want parents, we want groups, we want individuals to think outside that box, come back to us with the ideas. They know the people who are setting the fires. and they've got the inroads into the heart of the communities. So come back with the ideas. Let's make the difference together, working together, because we can't solve this on our own. And we look forward to receiving those applications for that grant funding and working together to make Cleveland a safer place.
There you have it. If you have an idea that could help Cleveland Fire Brigade, you have until the end of August to put your ideas forward. Best of luck to everyone.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Why on earth do some people do those sorts of things? It baffles me. It really does.
Yeah. No idea what they're doing. Rachel, thank you. Rachel Sweeney, our North East reporter. Right.